Nate, while we're on the election, do you have any election predictions? Like, so what do you think is going to happen? What does your model tell you? Do you still put out a model, by the way?
We do. It's if you go to Silver Bulletin,
Okay.
natesilver.net, then you can subscribe to the model. It's $10 a month. Yeah, we have Harris currently as a 54-46 favorite. There were some new polls that came in before I was doing this interview. Haven't seen the effect that those might have yet. They look pretty good for her on the surface, but like it's basically 50-50. If you're a poker player, you're allowed to say that like 54-46 is not 50-50. You know, you'd always rather have like a 54% spot or 52% even instead of 50, but it's basically a toss up. I mean, I think if you had an election today, right now, then Harris would be favored, but not a sure thing. I mean, the polls have been way off in, well, lots of recent elections. People don't need any reminding of that. And also we still have 3 months to go. I think it would be hard for the Trump campaign to have as bad a 3 weeks as they've just had, where he is going off the rails a little bit on some things. And you think he might recover his footing because you actually have lots of obvious vulnerabilities with Harris, where she inherits some of the problems of the Biden administration, like inflation and immigration. She ran quite far to the left in 2020 and did some unpopular things. So there are like legitimate lines of attack against her, but Trump has gone, and attacked her race and things like that if I were advising him, I'd say that's not very tactically smart, and lost the plot a little bit, but we'll see. I think August is likely to be a month that's pretty good for Kamala Harris. Then we have debates in September. And by the way, at least Trump recognizes that he needs to add volatility now, right? He needs to add as many debates as he can. They have one confirmed so far. So on some level, at least his campaign recognizes that it's 50-50 or less, which the Biden campaign, I think naively maybe didn't do, although I guess famously did have this debate in June. But the execution's been, I think, quite poor lately.
And what do you think of the Riverian sort of bet on Trump? So A16Z, Mark Andreessen, Ben Horowitz, who came up with a podcast and say, we're doubling down on Trump. They kind of brought that into the Overton window of acceptability, certainly in crypto circles, right? The Republican Party has come out being very pro-crypto, and the Democrats and the Harris White House, or the prospective White House, has really said nothing about it. So there's definitely a pro-crypto Republican bent. Do you think that this is a good bet that the Riverians are making?
It depends on if it's for ideological reasons or if they're trying to like get in good with the next administration. Look, it certainly looked like a better bet when Joe Biden was Democratic candidate and you had a 75% chance or 80% chance of winning that bet. Because just for purely cynical reasons, to be an early supporter of an incoming administration, especially an administration that like does not have that much support among traditional, meaning Trump, Fortune 500 companies, and you can have like a lot of power and influence. I think it probably worked out pretty well for Peter Thiel overall in 2016. But I think they underestimated how badly Democrats wanted to win and would be willing to replace Biden if it increases their expected value. Would they make the same bets in a 50-50 election today? I mean, maybe. I mean, there are lots of overdetermined reasons why they might side Republican, and it's like inherently not that surprising for rich entrepreneurs before kind of the Obama era. Then generally people with a lot of money would vote Republican. But I wonder if they would want to redo if they thought they're going to lose that bet half the time instead of just occasionally when Biden wins by some miracle.
To continue leveling up your crypto game, then you need to get on the Bankless newsletter. It's the world's most popular crypto email and is completely free. Just click below to sign up.